January doesn't start in January. It starts in December. So this is a slightly different type of Christmas message. Okay. This is the moment leaders most often underestimate. We tend to think of Christmas as a reset for our teams. Let's be honest. We're all kind of, oh God, I really need a break, whatever that might be. But psychologically, it isn't a reset. What isn't finished, what isn't clarified or named before the break doesn't just disappear because the calendar changes. It's funny how we kind of set that, or end of December, new start January, and how often in meetings you go, oh, we'll look at that in January. It follows people into January as stress, distraction, low energy, and a sense of drag that can be hard to articulate. So this is why leadership at this point in the year isn't about pushing harder or squeezing out one last burst of productivity. It's about helping your team end well, because clean endings create stronger beginnings. So here are a few simple, unintentional things leaders can do to make that final stretch that make a real difference to how the teams return in January. And then they can hit the ground running and all those other phrases we like to use, okay? So first of all, help your team close one loop properly. Choose one piece of work, or maybe you'll get them to choose one piece of work. It doesn't have to be big. And bring it to a clear end and say, this is done, we can put it down. That sense of completion is powerful. It's like a to-do list that you've ticked stuff off. Who doesn't like that, Psychological closure reduces mental clutter and allows people to switch off more fully. Second, name what will carry over. If something won't be resolved before Christmas, don't let it sit unspoken. Tell the team, hey, this isn't going to be sorted before the break, but that's okay. We're going to pick it up week 2 of January. If you've got time, of course, but week 2 of January, because uncertainty drains energy far more than unfinished work. Naming it removes unnecessary anxiety and gives people permission to stop holding it in mind. And third, protect the re-entry. Be explicit about expectations for January so your team doesn't come back braced for impact. Especially if they're working from home for quite a while. Are we going to get them in on a particular day and kind of launch January? So we might say something like, the first week back is about reorientation. It's not full speed. Or we'll use the first few days to get clarity before pushing ahead. That clarity alone can significantly lower stress and set a really healthy tone, So these actions aren't big or complicated, but they matter. They reduce cognitive load, emotional drag, and decision fatigue, which is why teams return clearer, calmer, and more focused. Rest matters, but clarity is what makes rest work. If you want to support your team into a stronger January, or yourself, because this applies to you too, don't waste the reset. Design it now.